Good morning slash afternoon slash evening out there, everybody. This is Dave LeClaire with MakeUseOf.com reporting in live from the scene of the home invasion of myself. The home invasion by Google Home, this tiny little speaker that is currently listening in and waiting for me to say the magic command, which I'm not going to say, not yet, because it's not Google Home's turn to speak. It's my turn to speak. We're here to review slash interview Google Home and give one away, so make sure to keep watching till the end of the video to find out how to win. And let's get started. Before I give Google the chance to speak to you all publicly, let me just tell you a few things about what Google Home can do. First of all, it can connect to all of your smart home devices. Well, not all of them. It does have some limitations in terms of what devices it can connect to, but many of those are fixed through if this, then that. By using if this, then that, you can kind of connect it out to some other devices that are not supportive natively. But it does support many popular ones like Belkin. It supports your Nest thermostat. Let me just show you a quick example. Let's let Google talk here for a second. Hey Google, can you turn off the light in my living room?
You got it. Turning the lamp outlet off.
And as you saw behind me, my lamp outlet is now off. Hey Google, can you turn my lamp on in the living room?
You got it. Turning the lamp outlet on.
And there you can see Google managed to turn it on and off pretty easily. I didn't use any specific funky command. I just asked it in a natural tone, would you turn off my lamp in my living room? And it did. That's using a Belkin Wemo smart plug. It works quite well with that. It'll work with other devices as well. That's just the particular one that we use for testing. So as far as the smart home stuff goes, Google Home definitely does the job as promised, as long as your devices are supported. Make sure to check out the written review, which you'll find a link to in the description, and it will list you all the different types of devices that work with it. Hey Google, can you play me some heavy metal on Spotify?
All right, the Spotify playlist called Heavy Metal. Here you go.
Hey Google, stop playing. So there's Google connecting to Spotify, playing a heavy metal playlist, and then stopping it. It's able to hear my voice over the music, which is nice. Though if I was further away, it sometimes has an issue hearing me over the music, especially because I have it playing quite loud right now, so you guys can hear it as well. But most of the time, the far-field microphones will let it pick up your voice, even over the music. It turns the volume of the music down to hear the rest of your command and keeps going. So let's try it out with Pandora. Hey Google, can you play me a Black Sabbath Pandora station?
Sure, here's Black Sabbath on Pandora.
Good choice of song. Hey Google, stop playing, please. So as far as the music goes, it's quite good. I use Spotify and Pandora, but it also has support for Google Music, for YouTube Music, and a few other services, which again, you can check out the written review to see them all. But this home invasion has brought music into my life in the same way that any other speaker would, except I can talk to it. But there is one drawback to Google Home as far as using it as a music player, and that is the fact that it doesn't just work as a standard Bluetooth speaker. So if I just want to play something from my phone through the Apple app, through Apple Music, or through the Apple Podcast app, I can't. I have to use a different Bluetooth speaker for that, or I have to use an app that supports Google Casting. It seems a little weird in a $130 speaker to not just have standard Bluetooth support, so let's ask Google about it. Hey Google, why don't you work as a Bluetooth speaker?
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help with that.
A likely story, Google, a likely story. That negative aside, it is a really good music player. The speaker sounds good. It has 2-inch drivers in it. It puts out pretty good sound. At max volume, it'll fill a room up quite well. You're not going to have a giant house party with it, but you can link multiple Google Home speakers together and have one in one room, one in another room, one in another room, and they'll all be playing the same thing as long as they're linked up. It also works with Chromecast audio, so you can sync it with a Chromecast audio and have the hook that up to your nice high-end speakers and have it send the music to it and use the Google Home to control it. So it does work in that regard. All in all, it's a pretty solid entertainment device. It's limited in terms of video support. You have to have a Chromecast, and it'll work with YouTube and Netflix only right now. So you can't use it as your voice control for all of your entertainment unless you connect it to a Logitech Harmony, in which case that opens up a whole new world of stuff because you can play it through that, and you'll be good to go. So it's definitely a good entertainment device. It's worth checking out for that. Now, let's take a look at some of the other stuff it can do. Now, the one place the Google Home really stands out above Amazon's Alexa is the fact that it is powered by Google, which is the name synonymous with search. Most people will find that this device does work a little bit better as far as searching for stuff on the internet and asking it questions like that, though the Alexa does a great job of that too. So let's just ask it a couple random questions. I don't have anything pre-written here. I'm just going to ask questions as they pop into my head. Hey Google, how far away is Mars?
225 million kilometers. According to Universe Today, the average distance between the two is 225 million kilometers.
Hey Google, when do the Philadelphia Flyers play next?
The Philadelphia Flyers will be playing the Washington Capitals on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Hey Google, what is Amazon Alexa?
According to Wikipedia, Alexa is an intelligent personal assistant developed by Amazon Lab 126, made popular by the Amazon Echo. It is capable of voice interaction, music playback, making to-do lists, setting alarms, streaming podcasts, playing audiobooks, and providing weather, traffic, and other real-time information.
I thought I might have some wisecrack about Alexa, but it turns out it's just my personal assistant, so I wanted to know, and it answers my question. So, now that I'm done asking Google Home questions, you probably have a question for me, and that's, should you buy the Google Home? As it stands right now, it really comes down to whether or not it supports the devices that you already have or the ones you plan to buy. If you have Belkin Wemo and a Nest device in your house, Google Home supports those nicely, easy to go. If you use Spotify, boom. If you rely on the Apple Music system, you might not want to grab this speaker because you're not going to be able to connect it natively. Obviously, Google and Apple, not exactly best of friends. They're kind of competing, and Apple will presumably have its own smart device like this coming out at some point soon. So if the devices you use are supported, I would say this is definitely a worthwhile device to pick up. At $130, it's a good speaker. Everything works well. I've had almost no issues with getting it to listen to me when I want it to, and I very rarely found that I have it listen to me when I don't want it to, because how often do you walk around saying those commands that I'm not going to say because it's on and it's listening right now? So overall, I would say it is a solid device. It's definitely worth picking up. Google will be adding support for other services down the road. But if you don't want to spend $130, make sure to head over to MakeUseOf.com and enter to win, because we are giving away a Google Home for free to one lucky person out there. So make sure to enter. And once again, this is Dave LeClaire reporting in live from the Google Home invasion of my house, and we will see you guys next time.